Actually, it's more expensive than a teleporter.
Beep faster pace. Also, you can see already,
Well,
Rollout really tough is reworked. You can roll wherever you want, just following your cursor.
Oh yeah, did you
walking
see
away
the
from the
Chinese beta Thunder where rollout is controllable?
Yeah, I saw that.
I mean, that's honestly an amazing
I
change.
can't wait for that.
And you can even walk by gleaming.
You're
I just saw
implying
this, so
that
you can see everyone is evolving very, very fast, and the game is much earlier. Like, it starts much earlier. We already saw Veggie Steel as well, giving 8 points
if
there.
it comes to the main
a small
game,
buff, I feel like
I'm
to
maining that.
everyone who's maybe around, Reggie Rock on top path. You can see the Gardevoir currently has the Reggie Rock buff. Talon has the Reggie Steel.
Looks like it lasts a long
So
time.
there's different buffs. There's
Looks like it lasts a very long time.
Chameleon flying away there. Bravebird goes out.
Yeah, that would be... I hope they do the same thing for Dig.
And we already have the first route spawning right here at just 1 minute. You can see the game's already so active, so fast-paced, really tough rolling around. Maybe you can even increase the roll duration by forcing into walls.
Does your lobby work?
But you can just roll around. We already have Charizard in just 1 minute of the game. And fights are just starting. So what I've noticed, like, this version is very fast. Games can be longer than 10 minutes, though. And the goal is to score 500 points. Whoever scores 500 points first is going to win. Zapdos still exists, but it's much, much different. As it is kind of like a Rotom. Like, Zapdos is pretty much an empowered Rotom.
RC.
Yeah.
Or empowered Regieleki.
You know those two,
so you can see,
those two, what do you call it again? Those two engines we had?
Yeah.
They're playing on Remote Stadium.
They got turned into golden cups.
Nice.
Yeah, this Wigglytuff looks crazy. So Wigglytuff can just roll out around and also gleam without having to stand still.
Also, there seems to be
would get this as well.
3 lock pickers that are inside of the cabinet for some reason.
No, those were the keys.
So I don't know what's happening.
The keys have evolved into lock pickers.
That's even worse.
Well,
Pokemon evolution now.
Not every
Pokemon evolution and Lethal Company. That's crazy.
Gonna walk forward, and it got downgraded. I think
it devolved.
Hey, sometimes you evolve into Gyarados, sometimes you evolve into Dunsparce, alright? They can't all be winners.
Overcaps, if I'm correct. I think we will see if they are gonna have like some overcap, but I think overcapping doesn't really exist. So it would also be, no, maybe not as frustrating, maybe. If you lose a lot of points, but I assume it still gives experience too. So you can see Dragapult level 6 as well, Gardevoir level 6, Talon level 7, so everyone is currently evolved. Blastoise level 5, so even on level 5 already, you have the fine evolution, which just makes the game more fun early on. We have a Dreadnought spawning in the middle of the map actually right here. Not sure if this gives just experience like the old one did, or if it does anything else as well. But it looks like it just gives something. It's the game more level 5, so even on level 5 already, you have the fine evolution, which just makes the game more fun early on. We have old one did.
Oh, I think they changed it so that objectives don't heal when they walk back to their spawn.
Anything else as
in the beta?
It looks like it just gives something. It looks like it gives global experience and a shield. So what old Dreadnought did, but instead of spawning bot, it spawns in the middle for instant team fighting. It's actually crazy how much action there is. It feels
look at this.
It feels
all the
so
Chinese
much more
people
like
get to have the good stuff.
It's actually crazy. There's so many objectives going on, and the game is just much faster paced. We have Fire Punch there for Charizard.
I just realized this is the old
the next
map.
Rotom already spawned on bot. So
yeah, this is remote stadium.
Rotating, spawning, and you just you know, you have to score points. I mean, that's the point of Unite, right? Scoring points.
What was that Zardol?
Another Rotom being taken. Let me know in the comments if you would prefer this or not. Maybe for some of you it would be too hectic as well. You're like, there's too much going on.
No, I like the hectic.
Right here spawning.
I like the chaos.
But like, you can see there's pretty much no laning phase, right? People are just playing the game actively instead of just, you know, I feel like on our version so often there's nothing happening for like half a minute. We just have to stand on our goal and wait for white Pokemon to spawn. And it doesn't seem like that existing here. Like, there's always something to do. Always. There's not something else on bottom.
Look inside the cabin real quick.
Up maybe another Reggie Steel, I'm not sure. But there's always something spawning. There's always an objective up you can do, you can fight for. So yeah,
those used to be 3 keys.
Too hectic though. But of course, this is still like alpha or beta version. I think it's the beta now. So there's still a lot of things they can fine-tune.
Those goblets, they used to be engines.
This, but just seeing a tournament already on this is quite wild. Another Rotom being taken. It walks in. And now they can destroy the goal. I want to see how many points. 60. See, I think...
Interesting. It looked like Rotom went in super early. Is my game done downloading? Still no. Hey, it finished. No updates. We'll start modding.
Is
Oh
quite
Jesus
wide.
fucking Christ, you were tall.
Another Rotom being
Yeah, Rotom goes in so
taken.
early, dude. That's crazy.
See, I think it just. But they have 60 points, but the goal was.
He's
I think
powerful.
maybe the Rotom doesn't count towards the end score. That might actually be it. I'm not sure, but they only have 60 points by breaking a goal. But these goals have 80, right, max? Yeah, they have 80 max. Okay, interesting. So I'm not quite sure why they have 60 points, but I guess the Rotom might just not count towards the overall score, which would be kind of weird. There's this balloon flying out. That actually looks so funny.
He's looking at the Chinese
just-
beta
I mean, looks
because
like
it's more important.
More safety jack button, I guess.
Well, it's
Vegeta's
also because my
rolling
game is
around.
loading.
Also quite nice. And God
That's
of
fair.
Unite onto the goal. I wonder how low the cooldowns of the Unite moves are, because I feel like they might even be also a bit lower, seeing how fast the game is. But it's just fights. There's another thing spawning on the left. I think another Rotom probably spawning right here. It also spawns more to the left, so I guess depending on who destroys the goal first, it's also kind of moving like a Taria. There's just a random, like a random Regirock spawning, so I didn't even get rid of these either. And honestly, this feels much more
Just
like
a random
MOBA,
Regirock
honestly,
there, that's
compared to
crazy.
what we have, I feel like.
I like this.
So
There's just
I
stuff
would be very
everywhere
hyped to
constantly.
play this version, or try it out at least. I don't know if it would be, like, over long-term
You
better.
lose an objective, you just get another one to fight
But-
over.
Yeah, it looks very interesting, very fast-paced. So much action going on. I don't know if it would be more snowbally is the question. Yeah, okay, the Rotom walked in, but it didn't cost them any points. I'm not quite sure how some of these points work.
Okay, I'm just
Another
gonna
fight
mute
breaking
up
out the mid
Discord
right here.
now.
They're just using their stuff. They also have more customization. Gardevoir flying around with the balloon again. Looks so funny. And a really tough rolling around. I mean, the Rollout looks insane. That you can just do it wherever you want. I mean, that's literally one of the changes that will probably make Wiggly Tough instantly viable with this build. I mean, if you have Altaria spawning, they're trying to go for a score. Fire Blast looks massive. Look at that Fire Blast. What? I think it could be one of those. Like, they have ways of making. Oh, so yeah, now it's 60. You can't overcap. So you had 60, 80 points. And now they have 140 in total. And you always see the number on top as well. Like, you see the points. We have
How's the
this spawning,
Chinese
and I always
Unite
forget
going?
what's called Avalak or something. So they have so many bosses just all in this one map that pretty much just
Oh,
combined
and there's Avalok. It's
all of the
interesting.
mechanics of like the three maps, Theia, Sky Ruins, Remote Stadium, into kind of one map. That's what it feels like. Another Rotom spawning over here. The goal is still up. The Rotom is more on the left side. And this looks like it's also walking towards goals. Okay. How many points does this have? But it has 80 points, I think it stores. And if it just walks in, it scores
I'm on
for you.
keyboard. That's the
That's
joke.
crazy too.
In
I
comedy.
think that's what it was there. It had 80 points, and it just walks into the goal it scores on its own for your team. And it's going to keep on walking until you KO it.
Nice.
So you can see there's a lot of objectives that just, if they push towards your
Percy,
goals,
where are you?
and you have to defend, you have
Loading.
to push,
Where are you?
you have to fight for the objectives.
Oh, you're still
and you can
loading.
never just rest. Like, there's
Yeah.
no resting, which is, I mean, I think it's quite fun.
There's less
Again,
than
I
mods
think
on
in
this
our
one.
version, too often, we just kind of stand still and just do absolutely nothing for a while. So, yeah. You can't do this here. There's no chance. You can't just wait for late game either. Of course, again, Zapdos exists, but Zapdos is also a bit different. You're going to see later on. I think Zapdos spawns still at 8 minutes, if I'm correct.
That
And I
Wigglytuff
think it's also
got
double
molested.
time, or like double
Oof.
points after 8 minutes. So currently we see blue team or purple
Why did
team
Gardevoir have balloons?
preparing for it
That's a new battle item, it looks
for the
like.
side.
Ah,
And another Rotom spawning.
it's just like
So
fly,
you have
but
no healer
worse.
Pokemon on both sides. I mean, I feel like healer Pokemon might be not the greatest with this kind of version. Could be difficult because you just have to. You have to just brawl everywhere. Just run around, get objectives. So there we go. Zapdos has spawned. But Zapdos is kind of like, again, it's a better version of Regieleki or Rotom. You're gonna take it and it's gonna walk towards the lane. And then you can see it's actually quite tanky looking. Much tankier than before. Maybe? I mean, they're not really doing it right now. They're kind of going for it now. But it does look like it has more HP. Red team knows they can't, or orange team knows they can't go for it. So now
Looks as
they're
bullshit.
going for the Gardevoir. It's 5.
Oh,
So Zapdos is pushing top now, and they decided not to go with it. But Zapdos is still on the halfway, so they can maybe just go towards bot as well. Okay, see the game. I mean, the game can end in this push as well. But it doesn't have to mean... They still already killed Zapdos now. Zapdos walks up, it goes down before the goal, they're gonna try to go for a bot cap instead. These goals have 120 points now. And they're able to score only one time, and now they actually might get wiped. And I think now the next Zapdos is already spawning in 2 seconds again. So, after 8 minutes, there's a Zapdos spawning every 15 seconds once it's taken down. Which sounds crazy. So straight up from one Zapdos fight into the next Zapdos fight, into the next Zapdos fight, until someone scored 500 points.
That's cool.
That's quite ridiculous. And I feel like this makes the game more exciting because in our version, winning sometimes feels very anticlimactic, right? Because there's still 1/3. You know which team has won, but there's still 1 minute 30 to go on the timer. So either you just win by a surrender. There's no like in other MOBAs. There's like a nexus or like a final objective going down, a final goal going down, final turret, whatever, a final base. And in our version, it's just nothing. Like sometimes winning feels very anticlimactic. So the Zapdos is actually quite tanky, but they're not really committing for it either. So another Zapdos taken, this time again by Purple Team. As they're gonna keep on going here. Dragapult getting ice fanged.
You know, I'm just
I just also feel like, I don't know if they look a bit tanky or not sure.
There we go, I can see that. I can see both of those, I can see all of
But
that.
yeah. I mean, I think this looks very fun,
I'll say it's Luigi then.
personally.
The Luigi
Maybe we
board?
should start the ship right
Just
now.
so much more action packed. So
Maybe.
now Zapdos is
Should start
pushing
the
towards
ship
bot.
right
It
now.
activated this goal.
Oh yeah, you know that'd be
But
good.
it's just gonna wait here as well until you destroy the
I've
goal.
already gone.
So they still didn't win right now. They got the second Zapdos. And but they're not really committing for these pushes sometimes. So now it's gonna activate this goal again. But Zapdos will not just walk on its own into it. It only activates the goal, and that's it. Also quite interesting. But they're also Rotom
That's
pushing, so they have to
cool.
defend both lanes at the same time right now, which they do.
Hey, look, a
Now
new
like
planet.
Zora can sneak in, score 100, and now they're up to... Oh no, he can't score 100. There's no overcapping. He just destroys the goal, which puts him to 260 points. As Zapdos goes towards the middle base, but it gets stopped before it can activate the middle base. I mean, if Zapdos walks in the middle base, it's
pretty
almost
cool.
game over, but you can still at least like KO your opponents before they walk in.
Or did the thing.
And guys, the next Zapdos is spawning in
Cool.
3
we got a card.
seconds.
Riders.
There we go. Zapdos spawns again.
Let's go get our card.
And you have to go for it again. But I feel like Purple Team has done a bad job pushing with it so far. They really have not committed for it for some reason. The Slowbro's getting jumped on. Slowbro counter Unite moves Charizard, both pressing Unite on each other. And I mean, I feel like Purple Team has not committed for like a Zapdos push towards the main base. Another Rotom spawning on top. There's still like mini objectives as well. It looks like Purple Team first wants to go to Rotom to pressure top goal, and then they're gonna set up Zapdos. We're currently 11 minutes 40 in. I think the average game time again is like
Ice cream.
9 to 15 minutes on this version.
Ice cream.
But 15 minutes probably not. Like I think like 9 to 13. But yeah.
Who did what now?
So I feel like this could maybe be the final one. We'll see how strong it is. Which I think is still very good, like time-wise, right? I don't want to go to 20 minutes, but I think between like 8 and 15 minutes is honestly perfect. Actually, oh, they lose this Rotom. They're not committing for Zapdos. They're not, like, it's too tanky, I guess, right? The Zapdos, actually. So I'm just gonna keep on doing this. Rollout really going forward.
It's actually cool to see the games last longer like this.
As now
You just have to
Orange
keep.
team
You
is
have to
gonna
keep
start up
playing,
Zapdos again.
keep trying, keep doing well.
But I guess this also could kind of like, this version could kind of turn into stalemates, right? As like, there's no time running out. Maybe there should still be like a finite time running out. Like, if the game doesn't end at 15 minutes, one team is going to win, you know? Or like, the 15 minutes is max time, and if no team has done 500 points yet by 50 minutes, which it could be, honestly, might as well be, I'm not
I
sure.
kind of like the infinite time
one team is
better.
going to win. I feel like that would also be like a good thing. Because then it would still force teams to do something, right? Because they have to do something. But if neither team is forced to do anything, it's kind of weird. So, yeah. Purple Team wins another fight as they're going to claim their 3rd Zapdos of the game. 3rd Zapdos of this game. And this time it's going to push towards the middle. It straight up walks down mid-path. Through the enemy central. Let's see if it can activate the goal of Orange Team, can stop it one more time. But no, it walks through. Wait. They're holding it right now. They're holding it. Purple Team is still not pushing with it. But I think it activated the goal now. I don't think I managed to stop it. Is it in? Yeah, there we go. Zapdos in the main base now. And now Purple Team can just walk in.
That's really
Score
cool.
2 times. And the game is over.
Yeah.
500 points. I mean, let me know what you think
I
this
honestly
version.
like
I
this a
think
lot
it's very
better.
interesting. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel.
That's actually really cool.
Just look at this dumbass. You can't use ladders.
RC, mute your fucking mic.
I'm not even there yet.